Nah, it's your boy King Brickz. Shout out DOD, do over don't, man. Just go for that shit, man. Look out for that podcast, man. We want to
I'm in the kitchen with the pie scrapers, rolling up this raw paper. Geekers in the back, testing work and eating annihilators. He gon' say it's grease, cause my plug know where it violate him. Think it's sweet now, he don't know it could get sour later. Got my phone jumping, I can't keep it in my pocket. Every time I put it down and bring it again, I got it rocking. Plugged in, I ain't a socket, my back ain't against the wall.
What's good, do over don't? Purple World episode 75 today. I've been telling y'all, I'm going through all the people that I needed to do for a while, but the universe just been working in my favor, and motherfuckers been popping up out of nowhere, coincidentally. Shout out to Ayo Sketch, because he just put us in a group chat randomly, but long awaited by past guests / fans recommended him, Mr. King Brickz. What's good?
What's the word with it, bro?
What's going on? How's everything going?
Coolin', man. You know, just been up to the same shit I be doing, working, staying in the people's faces, doing what I do, pissing people off, looking good doing it. Just
working, acting like it's slight work, dropping that Herbo feature a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I got that pot scrapers out right now. Got to go stream that. Just dropped that with Herbo, Loopy Pharrell. Yeah, that shit is regular shit, though, to us. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, if you really know me for real, you know that shit wasn't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit.
I'm trying to get to know, throughout this whole podcast, obviously, that's why I want to do it so bad. I'm like, why the fuck everybody recommended this dude to get on so much? Because bro, everyone been recommending, so that's what I'm trying to figure out today. But I always tell people the nitty gritty, motherfuckers, I'm sorry for saying this again, superhero origin shit. You get by the spider and bit by the spider and shit. I'm a little fucking tipsy already because I've been drinking, waiting for you because you showed up late.
Yeah, my fault.
Artist time, and it's cool. I understand.
Bro, we was just talking about those type of dudes yesterday.
Bro, I know, it's mad funny. I literally told them off camera, I was like, yo, I'm like, he literally said the shit right away. But the nitty gritty, before the music, just bare bones of you as a person leading up to it, the whole entire story about how music came about, yada, yada, yada. Take the mic as long as you want and just give them the rundown.
I mean, well, shit, you know, if you know, I'm from Mission Hill in Boston. Like, a lot of my music come from stories, my experiences coming from there. You know, a lot of my music was just really just telling my stories, me and my niggas, my gang, my hood, and that turned into people just fucking with us. Because besides the music, people always, like, fucked with around my way and shit, like. We always had, like, some sort of litness to it, you know what I mean? Fly niggas, you know what I'm saying? Females, niggas want to see, you know what I mean, money. But, like, as the music shit went on, as more and more people started to gravitate towards my shit, I started to, like, try to, try to become, like, a real artist. You know what I mean? Try to be in the studio more, try to learn more about how to really even make money out this shit other than fucking just putting the videos out. Looking like a target, shit like that. But for the most part, nigga, that's where that shit come from. You know what I mean? It come from where I'm from. That's why all my first tapes was based on authenticity. My first tape, Respect the Authenticity. My second tape, Too Authentic. Third tape, Still Authentic. Fourth tape, Remain Authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's just authentic. I got authentic tatted on me a couple times and shit, you know? But that's just my motto. That's what I live by, you feel me? And if you know my music, you know I'm just telling my story, you know?
Bro, salute to you for keeping it real, bro. I always be asking, I'm going to ask later in the fucking podcast about this shit, but I always be asking people just, everybody be talking about be yourself, yada, yada, yada. And so many people nowadays, you just see it, bro. Motherfuckers just straight exaggerate. And everything's exaggerated, obviously, but fucking motherfuckers just be straight capping about shit 24/7. You could just tell.
You could wake up and be who you want to be today. That's how this shit work. Like, you know, like back in the day, like motherfuckers I grew up looking up to, like you had to like really be one of those type of people to get respected like that, you know? Because it wasn't no Instagram. You know, I couldn't take my bro's watch and be like, yo, let me wear it real quick. And everybody think it's my watch or something. Like, you know? Like back in the day, you used to have to really grind for that watch. You know what I'm saying? You used to have those pictures you see of like OGs with that shit on. Like they really grind for that shit. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you could just live in the moment. You could live in the picture. You feel me? There's a lot of that going on. So let alone a music video. 3 minutes, somebody able to fucking throw some jewelry on or fuck some jewelry. Somebody's just able to lie about whatever the fuck they want to lie about for 3 hours, 3 minutes. You feel me? That's what people doing.
It's like the whole industry nowadays for the most part.
Yeah.
Backtracking a little bit. How'd you get into music in the first place? You left that part out. What age were you when you started first pursuing music, and then also too, like, what was the shifting point where you decided to take everything serious?
I probably started like recording music when I was like 12. Like, I got like songs on SoundCloud when I was like 12, like that you could still search up like, right now. But like I started going to like the real studio. Like around like 2016, I started going to like a real studio. I was fucking with Peter Beats.
Where's this studio at?
That was in Dorchester around the time.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was fucking with Peter Beats. He was making beats, and he had a studio. So that was the first dude. I was going to his studio, and then I started fucking with my man Big Homie Guap that same year. I started fucking with him because I was in DYS for some time and shit. So before DYS, I was like recording like off my phone and shit.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like GarageBand or like off my phone. But like after I got out of there, I had like mad raps written up and shit. And I'm like, a lot of, like my niggas got me in the studio for real. Like we used to get like long ass sessions, be in there deep as shit. But yeah, that's how I started, man. That's how I started recording and shit. We were shooting videos. I shot my first video when I was like 17. That shit kind of went up. My second video really went up. I did the remix to the Summer 16. That shit really went up. And then I just kept going from there. No bullshit.
So when you got out of DYS, you think that's what made you take it a lot more serious?
Yeah, I had a lot of shit to talk. Then, no bullshit. I had a lot of shit to talk. And, you know, this Debo gang shit, like, you know, my cousin, his name was Debo, passed away. You know, Debo, DBO, I turned that into a brand, you know, doing better, obviously, you feel me? So for the most part, like, you know, my merchandise and all that, just trying to keep my cousin's name alive and trying to just let people know, like, you know, we doing better. And we obviously doing better. You can see this shit. You can see this shit without us talking. You know what I mean? You could just feel this shit when we in the room type shit. So that's the type of energy I want people to have when they wearing my merch and shit. I got a lot of new shit that about to drop too, with new designs, different graphics and shit. So, but yeah, my cousin's name was Debo. And, you know, this Debo gang shit, I started when I fucking did my first video. I'm just like, fuck it. I gotta have a shirt. Because it's like every cookout or every big cookout or like every big day and shit, like me and my niggas used to go get shirts made and shit at the mall and shit, you feel me? So when we did the videos, fucking, we always used to get shirts made too and shit. That was my first, every video I had Debo gang on my shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got the Boston B on the logo because, you know, just symbolizing how strong we are, you feel me? And just how strong you gotta be in this shit, you feel me? So, you know, that's just me giving you a little brief insight on my whole brand of like when you hearing my music, when you hearing how serious I am when I'm yelling my shit out, you know what I mean? Like that's where it come from, you know? Yeah. So that's why I started taking the music serious. And that's why I started taking the business serious when it's like merchandise, fucking, you know, dropping these videos, realizing that somebody's getting paid, and a lot of times it's not the artists and shit like that, like, you know, and like a lot of people want me to keep doing what I'm doing, so it's like, you know, I know I can't go to my fans and be like, yo, fucking, what we gonna do, you feel me? So it's like, and I'm not just about to keep spending my money on this shit, so I gotta make money off the shit that I'm doing, you know? So that turned into me figuring out how to like distribute my music. And then that also turned into me figuring out how to like license music and shit. And that's how I got into making beats.
I didn't even know you made beats too.
Yeah. I got a song with Styles P.
Damn.
The video's out on YouTube, but I made that beat. I was like, that was on like
bro.
Second, third beat I made, type shit.
That's why you were saying the Herbo shit, some slight shit.
Yeah, because if you know, even that was some slight shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't even know.
I don't know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not some slight shit to me, bro. You're talking legend talk. Bringing up Styles P so casually, saying you got a song with him on one of your beats. How's that, just being like a multifaceted creative, being able to make beats? You're talking about, obviously, like the merch comes from a personal place, but making merch is doing all this random ass shit.
I don't know. I maybe I'm just a creator, like, you know what I mean? No bullshit. I mean, I feel like we all creative in a way, but a lot of people don't be willing to take risks. Like, you know, people don't be wanting to see people's criticism on their art. You feel me? And I'm somebody that like my cousin in here right now. He'll tell you like, nigga, I'm gonna let my point be made. You feel me? So like, my art, you feel me? Like I'm gonna let it be out too. You feel me? I want somebody to critique my art because I'm gonna come harder the next time anyway. You feel me? Whether if they think my shit's dope or not. You feel me? Like that's just my energy.
Bro, you got to give yourself a pat on the back for being able to do so much shit, because the same way we were talking about fucking artists just not being authentic, that's the other biggest problem is fucking people that are just one-dimensional creatives. So many people that like a bunch of different shit, they want to get in the different shit, but they just don't do it. They don't pursue anything. They don't give any attention to any of the other shit that they want to pursue. But salute to you for doing that, yo. Salute to you for doing that. What would you say, obviously, how long have you been producing?
I've been producing since like, I feel like 2 years, 3 years.
2 years?
2.5 years, like 2 years.
What would you say, I'm assuming you're going to say artist, but I always ask people that do both this. What would you rather do? If you had to do one thing for the rest of your life, what would you rather do?
On some real, like, on some money shit, I would make beats. If I was like a dope-ass full-time producer that was only making beats and shit and just getting mad major placements and being able to just put somebody on by having a beat from me. Because it's like some people able to do that. Like some producers, like having a beat from them, it's going to take your song to the next level regardless. Like you could be a terrible artist and the beat could like make that shit. So, you know, I just feel like if I had to choose on some business wise, it would be beats. It would be beats. But like passionately, period, it would be music. I mean, I recommend always making music anyway, because it's like, you know, even if nobody listening to your shit, you know, that you want to listen to your shit, you always got somebody that want to hear your shit. You know what I mean? And especially if you know your shit fire. You know what I mean? I just believe in doing anything you're passionate about. You feel me? So, like, if you half-assing some shit, I don't advise you do it. So I'm not talking to those people right now. You feel me? I'm talking to motherfuckers that's dead-ass serious.
I'm surprised you said that. Well, I mean, you just broke it down business-wise and passion-wise. But you making music since you were 12, I'm surprised the first thing you mentioned was the beats. Because to show you got the hustler mindset. Bringing up beats first. What the fuck was I going to say? Backtracking. I had a question that came up before in my head that I was about to ask before. And this shit is about to piss me the fuck off. Oh, well, I don't fucking remember it. But the whole name, King Brickz, I'll ask you that. I like getting people's name breakdown. Where'd that come from?
I'm from Enunciation Road, Mission Hill. You know what I mean? And that area of my neighborhood, it's like project brick buildings type shit. But like, you know, my hood is like a whole area, so it's like I done fucking used to run across the street. You know what I'm saying? I was with everybody, so a lot of times, and I was always big too, so a lot of times I used to get described as like the kid from the bricks, like growing up type shit. But you know, King, you know what I mean? Like I was in DYS for real, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just came to a realization that niggas couldn't fuck with me. So, you know, a lot of people couldn't step to my throne for real. And I already knew what it was. You feel me? These niggas is peasants. And I've been King Brickz ever since. No bullshit.
You a shit talker with that.
I'm dead-ass serious, though. And they know I am,
I see your boys laughing in the background when you just called everyone peasants. I'm fucking with you. I remember the question I was going to ask before, though, bro, because that's one thing motherfuckers don't be wanting to talk about. You bringing up the whole fact earlier when you're like, yo, I want to figure out how the bread's made off this shit, bro. Mad at these artists, bro. You see people that are successful as fuck, but then you find out they don't got BMI. They don't got this, that, third. And it's like, bro, what? But just that whole chapter, you're like figuring all of that shit out. If you want to just get in depth with that and how impactful that's been for you, figuring all that shit out. And also, too, how would you advise people that they have no idea about any of that to go about getting it done? What's good, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in the Purple World. Just a reminder, we got a fresh studio over here. If you guys want to book a studio session, our rates start at $50 an hour with an engineer and $25 an hour with no engineer. Rates do vary depending on which engineer you choose. You can book a session by heading over to the Book Now button in our Instagram bio and book through Square. You can shoot us a DM to figure out what time slot you want, as well as which engineer you want to work with. As a test to see who our loyal viewers are and see who's really rocking with us, if you made it through this whole ad, you could head over to our Square website and you could put code POD10 and that's going to give you 10% off your session. One time use though, you are not able to use that again, so use it wisely. Back to the episode. Also, don't forget to subscribe.
Well, I will say it's like anybody that's in this shit know that this shit's trial and error, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like, you know, I just feel like when you putting your music out, you really want to know that, like, there's, like, so many different people that's getting paid when you're putting your music out. And if you don't know, like, because no matter what, if you know about three different things, there's still a couple more things that's going on. Like, there's always the fine print, you know what I mean? So I just recommend not signing anything and registering all your music through, like he said, BMIs and ASCAPs, and making sure whatever distribution you're using is somebody that's reliable, or something that you know how to easily navigate through. You get what I'm saying? Because like a lot of like DistroKid, TuneCore, all that shit's cool. You know what I mean? But that's kind of like the McDonald's of like this shit. Like, you know, because you can't like really complain about a burger from McDonald's, you know? But like a lot of people, and I do too, like use DistroKid, TuneCore, and shit like that. And it's like, I feel like people need to be figuring out other ways to distribute their music to be able to see the full from all of their music. Because like Distro and TuneCore, they're not giving you everything that you're supposed to be getting. You know what I mean? And on top of that, it's like a lot of people don't know about ISRC codes. And it's like, that's another thing that you could be getting. Those is international standard recording codes. Yeah, it's like, and a lot of people don't know about those too. And Distro and TuneCore, they generate their own when you put your music out with them. So, like, this just mad shit. You know what I mean? We could sit here for hours and talk about the fine print of all these companies, you know what I mean? But for the most part, to any artist, I mean, like, I just recommend getting your YouTube popping, making sure your YouTube's monetized, making sure all your social media platforms is monetized, dropping your music on original beats, and making sure them shits is streaming, and making sure your shit's licensed. That shit, you know what I mean? Because at that point, you just need to run your numbers up. You feel me? And if anybody decide to fuck with you, that's on you if you decide to fuck with them. You know what I mean? But anything else, it's just a fucking headache. No bullshit.
How'd you go about doing it? What was your wake-up call where you were like, all right, I've been doing it this way, and I need to fucking get my shit together, basically?
I was popping on SoundCloud, and then I was dealing with a fucking crazy-ass individual, and she just took all my fucking passwords and shit. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I was dealing with a real young situation. So, you know, she took all my passwords and shit. So I lost my SoundCloud, and I was popping on there, had good songs on there. And then when I got out, I didn't really want to fucking start over on SoundCloud. So I never made another SoundCloud. I'm just like, I got to figure out how to put my music out. I need to get on iTunes. I need to get on all these places, you feel me? So damn, yeah, I figured that out like a long time ago. Like around like when I was like 18, I started putting my shit on like DistroKid and shit like that. No bullshit.
How about, obviously you said like you just kind of built a name for yourself outside of the music beforehand. Like you just had people locally that were just fucking with you as a person type shit.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's my neighborhood for the most part though.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was going to talk about. Like, besides that, just building a name for yourself. Because like I said, I've had well over 10 people recommend for me to get on a podcast with you. How'd you go about just building up your brand altogether and getting your music heard, getting your name out there?
I know mad people, you know, like I said, from like DYS or even like adult jail. Like I met mad people, you know what I mean? And I got relationships with a lot of people besides jail too. Just my run-ins with just moving around. You know, I go state to state. I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in Houston. You know what I mean? I'll be in New York on a regular. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of relationships with just a lot of people. So when I'm putting music out, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of different people that's tapped in for real. So that's really it. Like, you know, I be on the ground for real with my shit. Like, you know, I'm in the car with my shit. You feel me? We in the clubs with it. You know what I'm saying? The chicks is in the strip clubs with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we coming. That's basically how I promote my brand. I'm just outside with my shit. All my niggas bang my shit. And whoever fuck with my shit, bang my shit. But as I move around, I let niggas know that they need to be banging my shit. You feel me?
What do you feel like your most impactful form of promotion has been? Face-to-face contact, social media shit? I don't know what. Just whatever worked the best for you that you would advise people to do. It seems like you play face card a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say my team for real. Cause I get a lot of support. You know what I mean, but it's like my support team, like my circle of concern, like I would say they really give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? So, like even when there ain't some shit that I can figure out, like somebody in my team be trying to figure it out for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I would say my team.
Damn. So talking about just like support and how I'm talking about building the name, whatever. How'd the Herbo feature come about? I was going to ask you that at the beginning, but I'm like, fuck it. Let me just ask it now. It fits with this combo.
I just answered that. I'll be outside. I'll be moving around. You know what I mean? And that's just really that. Like, I just ended up in the right situation at the right time. You know, shout out to Frank Beats. You know, he made that beat. So, you know, so I was just able to orchestrate it where it was my record. And, you know, we made sure we got the video done. Shout out my man Loopy. That's on the song. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that's fire, bro. Good shit with that. Good shit with that.
Yeah.
What other accomplishments, like out of shit that if you would have told your 12-year-old self when you first started rapping that you would be doing some of the shit that you would do, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment that your 12-year-old self would be like, what the fuck? You did this shit?
I don't know. Maybe it would just be like, you know, when I performed at the House of Blues, you know, there was a lot of people that was showing me love that day. And since that day, a lot of people that was in the crowd like done hit me up and shit. Like, yo, your shit's fire, or I remember you from this day and your shit's fire. And that was a moment for me that not to say like I realized like, you know, like, cause crowd control is a big thing that a lot of people don't have. You know what I mean? And when you can interact with a crowd that you really don't know like that, whether if it's from our city or not, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you know, that was somebody else's tour. They allowed me to come through. So, you know, I rocked the crowd, and that shit just showed me that, you know, you just gotta interact with the people. No matter if you know them or not, if you know if they know your shit or not. Because if you make them feel you, they gonna feel you. And anywhere you go, you just gotta have that energy. Just try to make people feel you. If they don't feel you, somebody else will. You feel me? You gotta make them.
How'd you learn how to do that? How many shows would you say that it took for you to comprehend that and really get a grasp on doing it properly?
Yo, you know, I really ain't do that many shows.
Really?
Yeah, I did like. Cause I always been trying to stay away from doing like the showcases and shit. Yeah. Like I never really been big on those. I used to do those when I was like 18, like 19. I used to perform like Brockton and shit. Those was like my first performances and shit. But like since then, like I only try to do things that like my people like are running. You get what I'm saying? So it's like my people are running it, and you know, I can make some money on the back end, or I'm making sure my people's making some money on the back end, or my people's is making sure that my set is secure, or it's not no rinky-dink, this nigga about to come on, then 30 other niggas coming on after. Like, I ain't really trying to do that, you know? And if anything, it's like those 30 niggas that's coming on before me might have to pay my niggas or pay my peoples. Like, I'd rather be in a situation like that before I'm just pulling up to a nightclub, just performing for other motherfuckers' benefit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just feel like as an artist, it's just real dangerous, you feel me? And like putting your name on a flyer and shit like that shit come with a lot. So, whoever wants to throw you on a flyer, they gotta make it make sense.
Bro, I was talking about that with shout out Shop by Hollow. I did a podcast with him recently. We were talking about how being a videographer is a dangerous ass job, but people don't talk about that a lot of the time. Being an artist, bro, is a dangerous ass job. I know earlier you were talking about videos. You're like, me making videos is literally basically me labeling myself a target type shit. But that's something that people don't want to talk about. Like, if you're an artist, just having so many people know your life publicly, even if they only know a small percentage.
It ain't even just artists. It's just anybody that got a following, really. If you got a following, you got to watch your back, you know? That's really what it is out here. Because nowadays, it's just people want some shit that they don't got. And then they don't even be knowing what the fuck people really got. So they just be wanting shit, you know? And then a lot of shit be jealousy, too. A lot of people don't be knowing how far you about to go or don't be knowing what you really got going on. So people be jumping in conclusions, you know what I mean? Trying to nip shit in the bud, you know? But that's the type of shit you got to work up for, like look out for. No bullshit. Anybody with following.
What's your thoughts on the whole, because this is a very jealous industry. Like, I feel like jealousy is the root of all evil in this industry. Except for the motherfuckers that be just doing straight up fraudulent shit, scamming artists, scamming X, Y, and Z. Jealousy is literally the cause of all problems, I feel like, within this industry.
You can't really control who's going to be jealous of you. No bullshit. So that's just some shit that you just got to live with. You know what I mean? Because you could be doing everything in your power to show somebody that you don't got what they think that you got. And they can still be jealous of the fact that you still just breathing. Like, how is he still breathing? You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter what, you can't be worried about how jealous people are. You know what I mean? You just got to do your thing. No bullshit.
How important do you think it is just focusing on yourself in this industry and just staying away from all the fucking bullshit?
Very important. No bullshit. I just want the money, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that other weird shit. I don't want them fake-ass relationships. I don't want no STDs from you dirty hoes. Yeah, we just want the money, man. We want some property out this shit, you know?
What are your ultimate goals with music overall? You talk about money.
You know, like my ultimate goal with music, I want my catalog to just be generating, you know, an unimaginable amount of money. And maybe that could happen one day. So I'm going to try to take as many steps as I can to get that part done. You know what I'm saying? So it's no matter what, my shit's generating money. And as long as that shit's happening, everything else I'm doing is going to be straight because I'm going to continue to do that. And even when I do decide to finish rapping, you know, my beats might still be generating money. And my music's still going to be generating money. Whoever's listening to, who gives a fuck, just pay me, you know? So fucking, that's with music, though. You know what I mean?
You being an artist for so long, because reeling back into that, switching over to being a producer, too. If you're saying you've only been doing it for 2 years, I'm not sure how long ago you were, 12 years old, but I'm assuming it was a while ago. Doing music for so long where you're just a fucking artist, and then, all right, I'm going to start making my own beats. What was that whole transition like? Did you already have a good grasp on it being in the studio so many times, or was it just a whole new world?
It was definitely a whole new world. My bro, big homie Guap, he's the one that put me on to the beats for real. He sat me down, showed me how to make beats on FL Studio. So I threw that shit on my laptop. And I just started cooking shit up. You know what I mean? I ended up going on house arrest for a little bit, so I had enough time to just figure that out entirely. Just watching tutorials, calling him. You know what I mean? Over that time, I was still trying to figure out how to mix beats and shit. Still to this day, there's a couple things with beats I'm still trying to figure out. But over that, I done met my boy Frank Beach. And my boy Frank Beach, he's fire. He's one of the hardest producers out here in New England.
He's not Frank Out the Pack, is he?
Nah, hell no.
Oh, why?
Frank Beach. His tag be like,
I've heard his name, bro.
Like, ooh, Frank.
I've heard his name. I've heard his beat tag too.
Yeah.
So I've definitely heard his beat tag before. Yeah. Damn. Have you made beats for your own songs? I'm assuming you have.
I told you the shit with me and Styles. I made that. I got a song called Active. I made that beat. There's a couple of them joints. Can't tell. I got a lot of music, bro.
Got a lot, yeah.
A lot of music.
What would you say your favorite songs are that you produce? And also, too, what was just the feeling like that? I always love asking artists this because I feel like it must be the dopest thing. Instead of being like, all right, I'm using the YouTube beat or I got to pay this dude. You just making something completely from scratch. Like, I made that fucking beat. I made all the bars. And this shit just came to, especially fucking getting Styles P on a fucking song, too. But just being able to make something from scratch, except for the engineering, like, what was that first time experience hearing something that you made completely by yourself like?
I mean, I was high as hell, so that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Shit was lit, you know. I mean, it should be fire to hear your own shit. Should be dope to hear your own shit, man. Banging through the speakers, man. People shaking their hips to see your shit, you know what I'm saying? Should be fire. But, yeah, like that shit, like the beats for real. You know, like, I ain't gonna say I'm not passionate about the beats, but it's like, you know, I'm more into music. The beats, it's like I know that like a melody, I want to be able to pick my melody, you know what I'm saying? I know I want to be able to say like this is how I'm coming, but I want another producer to come through and really throw that sauce on there, but I need to be able to start it, you know what I'm saying? Or I need to be able to be a part of the melody picking process, you feel me? Because I know, you know, my ear is better for me, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Somebody, producer send me shit, you know what I mean? My boy Frank, other producers in my email, definitely send me shit. My boy, big homie Guap, I'm about to drop a record with him on Friday. Pot of Gold, about to drop that shit Friday. Wait, matter of fact, you told me this shit about to drop.
It's about to drop in a couple weeks, so we'll be out by then.
Yeah. So Pot of Gold, this shit's already dropping. Y'all gonna hear something else by then anyway. So I'm on a vicious run, man. I'm on a vicious run.
Bro. Keep it up, bro.
Let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
Did you bump my music?
I did. I bumped. Bro, I always hate this conversation with people because if it's artists like you where I've just been getting you recommended, I've heard your shit. Like, people have played your shit in my fucking car before, and I don't remember the names of the songs.
Should. Shout out to them.
I've heard random people, because when I was thinking about it, I forget what, there was something you were talking about, and I'm like, yo, I remember we were in New Hampshire, and there was like 5 or 6 people in the fucking whip, and they were bumping your shit. Because I think I was playing BJ's music, and then they were like, yo, you got to listen to this dude, King Brickz. And then I was just, like, the whole way back, we went to Duncan or some shit. It was like a 15-minute drive. They're just bumping your music the whole time. But right before here, I just had your fucking shit just on shuffle, just going through shit. But I drive with Waze on because I'd be driving like a dumbass. So I gotta make sure there's no cops. But so I don't know the names of specific songs, but there was a couple ones that I fucked with. There was a couple ones that I fuck with. I like just getting to know people more personally. Obviously, like, I gotta. That's the first requirement, bare minimum, is I have to hear songs by you and fuck with you. So I obviously fuck with your music, getting you on here. But also too, like I said, I'm just curious as fuck. Like, yo, why has everyone recommended this dude so much?
No bullshit. I just be, I be trying to figure out shit too. So I always want somebody's input on my shit. So that's why I asked that.
Now, one thing I will say, like earlier you were talking about it, where you were just like, when you hear me talking about the shit I talk about, that's why I'm talking about it. But the tone of your voice, it goes back to the authentic shit. You could tell listening to shit when motherfuckers actually been through shit and when they don't, and just your emotions, you encapsulate them very well. Like, in your voice, you could hear it type shit. That's one thing I took away, is just the rawness of the authenticness of it. Is just like, you could tell when something's coming from somewhere versus when somebody's just making some shit up fucking completely type shit. So that was the biggest thing that stood out to me, if I'm being completely honest, is just the authenticity. You could hear that shit. I don't know if you agree with me, but I
definitely agree with you.
Yeah, like, you could hear that shit in music, bro. You can hear that shit in fucking music.
No, you can definitely hear that shit. You can hear it when somebody ain't feeling it. You know what I mean, some people get away with it though.
A lot of people do. I mean, look at the fucking artists. That's why I don't pay attention to mainstream shit. Look at all the mainstream artists that are blowing up right now on some straight up bullshit, bro. Like,
right, and then you got 1090 Jake come through and fuck their whole shit
bro,
up.
Shout out to that. I'm getting you on this podcast. I don't know if you've watched a single episode of this, but I'm getting you on this fucking podcast, bro. Shout out to that.
You got 1090 Jake.
Bro.
He's like the rapper Grim Reaper out in the industry right now.
I've been DMing him for like 3 years, bro, because I've been watching that motherfucker since I was like 17, 18 or some shit, bro. Like,
no, it's crazy. I was watching his shit too for a grip before he started dropping people paperwork and shit. I was watching like he was dropping a lot of prison videos and shit.
Yeah, I was watching the prison videos. I had no idea he was in Boston, bro.
I didn't know he was in Boston until he dropped the episode where he was talking about Dudley Street. He said something about Dudley Street. Yeah, and then somebody sent me some shit where he was talking about, or he was talking to Adam No Jumper. He
was talking about Boston, man. Yeah. I didn't even know that shit from mad long, bro. And I watched him for probably like at least 2 years before I knew he was in from there. No, once I found out, I just started hitting his DMs up. So you better fucking answer eventually, bro. I want to get that dude on the episode so bad, bro. But fuck, bro. His fucking Salters got me gassy as shit. I'm burping like every fucking 5 seconds, bro. Shit be mad fucking annoying. Talking about, though, because we just talked about fucking Jake. You told like multiple times, you're talking about being on house arrest, being in DYS, and then also just doing jail time as an adult. How do you feel like that shaped you as a person overall? I always ask everybody that talks about doing time on the podcast, I mean, from what it sounds like, originally that's what got you to take the music more seriously, but just overall as a person, the impact that it's had on your life.
I feel like it just made me more mindful of the shit that I be doing and shit. Cause like you know, like when you locked up and shit, like you just gotta be a certain way, you know what I mean? And you gotta respect yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta have a basic respect for the next man too, cause some niggas ain't to be respected, you know what I mean? But when you someone that's just like, you know, you going about your own business, handling your own business, you know what I mean? And you got the basic respect for the next man, cause you know somebody could be hungry. You feel me? It don't mean that they a fraud or some fucked up shit, but they might be hungry. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes you just gotta put your pride aside and be able to just be real in certain situations. Applying that shit to life, you gotta be able to know when and where to have to give your energy to. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some situations ain't worth giving your energy to. Cause when you locked up, you realize like, all right, boom. Like, nigga, I could take this situation and take it here if I want to, or we could both just continue to live this way. You get what I'm saying? But I could take this right now and everything could change right now. We could pack our shit up, everything could change right now. Go to the box. Or we could figure some shit out to where we could coincide real quick, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that we just fucking, like, you know what I mean? I done did plenty of box trips, but what I'm saying is applying that shit to life. Like, you know, there's a lot of situations that ain't worth it, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be out here ready to risk it all, walking around with their head down like it's the end of the world and shit. And there's niggas really don't know when they come home, really fighting to come back home. You know what I'm saying? The niggas walking around out here acting like there ain't no fucking hope. You get what I'm saying? Like they ain't got no hope, no chance in life. And they out here. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I say. It made me mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what being locked up did.
I feel like everyone that I've talked to, you just have so much time with yourself the whole entire time for the most part is just dealing with bullshit, but then just self-reflection besides that. Straight self-reflection.
Right.
But what I already asked you like your music goals and shit. But what are your plans for upcoming shit? You got any projects or anything coming out? Also too, just this year, run through the shit that you already have done this year because like I was saying, you're a consistent person. I want to get in your consistency next, but
yeah, I mean, like this year I've been dropping. I've been doing so much shit this year because I've been doing a lot on the business side. You know, I got a lot of other different things going on besides music, and even with the music, I got a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I'm trying to get in order. So, it's been a whole process just trying to make sure my fans still had shit to see, shit to bump while I was trying to get through this. You know what I mean? Usually I would have already done dropped the tape by like before the summer had started. So, this year I just been dropping a lot of videos and dropping a bunch of singles, a lot of features, been collabing with a lot of artists in the city. That's because that's something I haven't been doing in these last couple of years, is just collabing with different artists. I knew that I had the Herb shit coming up. I knew that, I got a couple different surprises too coming up. But, I knew I had a couple different things in the vault, and I wanted to be able to collab with a bunch of different artists in the city and make all of our shit go up at the same time, because I never know when anybody else is going to want to branch off and want to, find their own resources too and build their brand up. So, whoever I'm fucking with, I'm gonna try to make sure we got something out here, just so we got something for the fans. You know what I mean? Just for the connection. You know what I mean? Just to show, let people know, because I always just been in my hood, never really went nowhere. A lot of people know my music, know me just from being out, but don't really personally know me. So the music gave me a chance to be able to connect to niggas. Pause. Feel me? You know what I mean? So music gave me a chance to be able to connect to people and, branch out, you know what I'm saying, really be able to get the full impact of the music shit, you feel me? So,
talking about the local scene, who would you say your favorite people to collab with are? And then who are your favorite people that you've seen in the scene that you would want to collab with?
Oh, yeah, my bro Big Body Benz, my favorite person to collab with. And, I don't know. I want to collab with my bro Boom, because he be rapping, but he don't be rapping. So when he do start rapping and shit, you know what I mean? That's going to be a movie. So that's what I want to collab with, you know what I'm saying? But
what about other people? Who are some people in the scene that you be paying attention to?
Fuck with my bro Zip. Hey, Zip.
Shout out Zip, bro. He was on here a couple episodes ago.
I fuck with my man Doey Digital. My bro Claiborne Val.
I thought I heard his name.
Yeah. Old Side J Money. YM Jado, my bro YM Snoopy. Snoopy about to come home. His music was busting. Yeah, I fuck with a bunch of people though out here though. I mean, you said you had G.O.D. up here. I dropped a song that I had fucked with. It was called like Real Life. I fuck with that shit.
Bro, that was recorded here.
Yeah, that shit
was
fire.
Right after, straight from the BMAs, bro.
That
We came back here right after the BMAs. I remember that night, I literally was preaching to everyone. I'm like, this is my favorite. Gio's been recording with us for like 2.5 years now.
Oh, yeah,
and I was
fire.
preaching that night, bro. I'm like, that is the fucking best song I've heard him record. Like, everybody was like, you're crazy. They're saying his best song. I'm like, bro, there's some shit about that shit that I'm telling you.
When you throw that shit on, it hits. The vibe change.
Bro, it hits different. It's mad weird that you say this because I haven't talked to Gio for like probably at least like a month or two. And randomly today we were talking earlier, like right before this podcast. I was mad random.
Oh yeah, shout out to Exit Fame too. I
gotta get him on.
Him already because he be out here working.
Bro, I've been getting him recommended the same way I've been having you recommended,
no
bro.
Bullshit. Like I ain't gonna lie, every time I look on my fucking social networkings, he's doing something. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to just give him his flowers because that nigga's just out here working and shit.
I gotta get him on too, bro. They were just saying that.
Go bump that Security featuring me and A-Zip. You know what I'm saying? Exit Fame, that shit out right now.
Was that on his new project?
Yeah.
Didn't he just drop a project?
Yep. Yeah. I think it's May God Be With You 4 or something like that.
I forget if he's the one. Do you know Charlie from CW Radio?
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah. He was in here the other day. He's the 2 episodes before yours. He's the one that comes out next week.
Yeah, I fuck with Charlie.
I think it was him that he was talking about. He found out about him from Billboard and had no idea who he was until recently. I could be tripping. It could have been someone different.
Yeah.
I could be tripping out.
Yeah, like Exit Fame.
His marketing is crazy.
Yeah, I found out about him through Unc Dange. God rest his soul. I was fucking with Dange. Found out about him through him, and they got a lot of like connections through like the studio I was going to, so I was fucking with them. No bullshit. So I was always supposed to do a song with Fame a while back before Dange passed, but we just figured that shit out not too long ago, and that song was fire, man. We just shot the video too, so it'll be be on the lookout for that.
Damn, I gotta get him on here, bro. Like, the worst part is I have probably like 20 people that hit me up for interviews every single week, and I have a list in my phone of like 140 different people I want to get to. But then there's random people like you. You weren't on that list originally. You get recommended. Fame's been getting recommended. I think it's One Shot Ace. I'm pretty sure he's been getting recommended. Mad. I think that's a dude. Like, there's mad people that the scene. I want to ask you this, because if you've been in the scene since you were 12, this shit got massive as fuck out of nowhere. Someone on the podcast the other day.
Yeah, it did.
Bro,
But it depends on what you're talking about, though.
Just the whole music scene overall, because, like, when I got into this shit, like, realistically, I got into it when I was, like, 16. But, like, 3 years ago, like, 3.5, 4 years ago at this point, because it was when I was 18, I started, like, really getting into it. And there was, like, shit going on. But I feel like ever since COVID, there was such a fucking surge. But also the dude the other day that I had on the episode before you, he said some shit that I never thought about. He's like, bro, the pandemic, people getting that fucking money, because it explains it why so many motherfuckers just popped up out of nowhere and then diss a fucking pig. A lot of people
started buying equipment.
Bro.
A lot of people started throwing little parties and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people started going to the studio.
Bro.
Yeah.
I can't even lie, bro. Shout out that I fucking part of the reason I opened this place was my stimulus check. So shout out that shit, bro. I can't even lie, bro. Shout out that shit. But just the overall growth. I mean, if you've been in the scene since you were 12, bro, you probably seen the evolution of this shit crazy. I'm not sure, because you were saying local,
yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of dudes from around my way, man. And those are the only people we was listening to for real. Like, as far as like in Boston, but you know, there was always like an inner city scene, like, you know, between like different neighborhoods in the city. Like, if you was in the loop, you knew who was dropping. You know what I mean? And I remember all that shit. No bullshit. So yeah, it has changed. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. There's a couple of people that's still dropping. That was dropping when I was around like 12, 13, but ain't too many. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about that because you're a consistent dude. That's one other thing I took away when I saw the amount of music you had. I'm like, this motherfucker consistent as shit.
Nah, I got mad unreleased shit. If I was just consistent I was supposed to be, my shit would be wicked.
You could be more, but
wicked.
You still, compared to other people, you be dropping a good amount. You can't say that you don't drop a good amount.
Yeah, I got a decent amount out.
Like, you don't be flooding where it's overboard, but you give enough. You give enough. But just the whole aspect of consistency, because you see people that don't drop songs for years sometimes, bro, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? But just staying on top of your shit, like you saying you got a couple tricks up your sleeve already after the Herbo feature. Right. How important you think it is just fucking being consistent overall, and also too, what was your learning lesson? Because I feel like every single person that's a creative, you have to learn the hard way that you need to be consistent. What would you say your learning lesson with consistency was?
Jail.
Damn.
No bullshit, because like every time, like some shit was like every time I was like in a good flow, like I was up to a lot of dumb shit when I was younger. So like every time I got into a good flow with the music and really got focused, I ended up doing like a stupid ass bid that done fucked up my whole focus for them shit. But like, you know, me coming back and then cause every time I was locked up, people bumping my shit, or like shout out DJ Chubby Chub, DJ E Double, like they playing my shit on Launchpad. DJ Jeff 2 times playing my shit on his radio station, fucking 87.7. Like I'm locked up bumping my shit, so I'm sitting here like, nah, I gotta come, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, no matter what, I don't like being told what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to turn myself into a brand. I had to, you know, get LLC'd up and shit, you know, and fucking try to fucking generate some income and shit.
Have you ever had a period where you weren't consistent and you had to learn from it?
Yeah, right now.
Right now?
Right fucking now. No bullshit.
When I went on your Instagram, I saw a good amount of shit.
Yeah, because I'm trying to tell you, if I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, it'd be crazier. No bullshit.
They both knocked out.
Yeah, these niggas,
he's
done. Nah, but he know though. if I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, because he'd be with me. Like, I got too much unreleased shit. I got too much unfinished shit, you know? But I got too much shit in the vault, too. That's on the verge of popping off. So, you know, I'm just let these bitches pop. No bullshit.
Just go crazy with the dropping. Maybe even do some fucking SoundCloud shits or some shit.
I was thinking about doing some shit like that. You know what I mean? I was thinking about bringing the SoundCloud back, but I'm definitely about to flood the streets with a couple different projects. Fire. That's definitely what's coming. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So definitely expect to see some fire ass artwork and some fire ass music very, very soon. Definitely by the time this podcast come out, there'll be some sort of track list out with a date. I wanted to drop this month. I don't think I'm gonna drop this month because I got a couple of videos I'm gonna drop this month. So, yeah, maybe around the time when this shit drop, I'll have some shit.
Okay.
No bullshit.
What you like doing more, singles or projects?
Projects for real, but I'm just trying to figure out what my formula that I'm comfortable with the most. I'm trying to figure out a formula that I fuck with the most. So I'm trying out different formulas with the different releases I've been playing out, and you know, I'm about to just go crazy. I just want to make sure I'm in control of what the fuck I'm doing. I don't want nobody else to be able to be dictating what the fuck I'm doing for real. So that's where I'm at with this shit.
Trying to be a self-sufficient artist.
I mean, I am a self-sufficient artist, but for the most part, you know, I'm working on just making sure I'm doing what I want to do. You know, like I said at the beginning of this shit, like I started off just telling my story, people around me stories. Sometimes the people around me picked the beats I was doing. Sometimes the people around me picked the releases I was gonna drop. You know what I mean? But nowadays I'm on my own shit. I'm dropping what I want to drop. I'm saying what I want to say. I'm wearing what I want to wear, and I'm on all that shit. You know, fucking I'm just gonna keep that energy, bro. Whoever's fucking with me is fucking with me. Whoever's not, they got that shit. You know what I mean? And that's just how I'm coming.
You're talking about that. How do you deal with hate? Just in general, because a lot of artists don't want to talk about that. The amount of hate you get. You could be doing fucking everything perfectly fine and you're still going to get haters. But you see people crumble to it. You see people that deal with it. But how do you deal with it?
Gotta have tough skin. Because who gives a fuck at the end of the day? Like, at the end of the day, if something ain't stopping your money or if somebody ain't putting your life in danger and shit, like, as much as they hate you, it don't matter. They can hate you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that shit over there. Yeah.
What backtracking to the last question you were talking about. You were talking a little bit about your homies picking beats and shit.
Right.
But what would you say your creative process is like? Like Brickz is walking in the studio, you ain't got a beat, you ain't got nothing. What the steps that takes it from absolutely nothing, the idea, to completely done?
Throw them beats on. Gotta throw the beats on. Throw the beats on, roll the weed up. We in the booth, no bullshit.
Your freestyle?
Yeah, I be freestyling. Sometimes I write, you know what I mean? Last couple of years, I've been going crazy with the freestyling now. I ain't gonna lie. Like punching in for real.
Yeah, I was about to say you like punching in more or writing.
Yeah, I mean, because like a lot of times I be collabing with people. If I'm collabing with somebody and they say somebody invite me to their session or something, you know, I'm trying to make sure that that I'm not burning too much of their time, and I'm trying to make sure that like I'm saying what I like want to say without fucking overthinking. Like, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes like when I'm writing, I overthink and I get writer's block. But like when I'm punching in, it's like it's better than freestyling because it's like when I'm punching in, I got more time to perfect it right there. You know what I mean? I could say it 10 different ways right there. I mean, or I might just have the energy where I just keep going and I'm feeling it. But for the most part, it's easier for me to record that way, punching in. You know what I'm saying? Punching two bars. I have my verse done 10, 15 minutes if I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? If I got it written, just, you know what I mean? A lot of times I might have like 8 bars written, I'll punch in the rest. You know what I mean? Shit like that. really just be dependent on how I'm feeling. Cause I might have 2 songs that's written, I'm about to go record, and I still want to record a couple more joints, or I still got a beat that I'm feeling, or I might be about to leave the studio and then I heard a beat as I was walking out, and we own it, you know.
How you feel the environment you're in affects it? Because you sound like a dude who's constantly on the go. You're in different areas. You're just doing different shit.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the environment impacts whatever song you get?
I mean, I feel like the environment play a big role. I'm always in the studio. I'm always in a series of different studios though. So, you know, from New York to here, you know what I mean, to Rhode Island, you know what I'm saying, to on a consistent basis, I'm in the studios. And it's like different vibes, different shit, different engineers, you know what I'm saying? Fucking yeah, for the most part, I feel like the shit that be going on around me play a big role. You know, when I be riding around, rapping, freestyling myself, I be doing what my homie called lyrical exercise, free my bro busy. Fucking, yeah, I be riding around just rapping about the shit that I'm seeing and shit. I might rap about these shrooms, rap about that world, rap about this table, rap about this cup, rap about the mic, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
So you're one of those where grunge was describing Pistola that way, where he just looks at shit around the room and he'll be like, the fan on the ceiling, like some shit like that.
Get the blown like a fan. Get the blown on your man. High off the shrooms.
Bro.
Feeling like Zoom.
Besides the environment, how do you get inspiration from music? Like when you're coming up with a song, obviously it's a mixture of life experiences or whatever, but
that part.
You would say that's your number one source?
Yeah, that part.
So you only go to the studio if you have some shit that you want to get off your chest, or?
I'm always at the studio, so you know, I got shit to say. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say even lie to you. I'm always in the studio. I'm always rapping. You get what I'm saying? Not gonna lie to you. I got too much songs. Like even if I don't want to rap, you know, when I'm like right now, tomorrow I gotta go. Like right now, mentally, I'm in a space where I don't need to be recording no music for myself at least. But then on top of that, I don't even believe in not recording no music because it's like that's just what I do on the regular. I've been doing that on a regular for years. But I'm trying to get to a point where it's like I feel like I'm at the point where it's like I got so much music that's done and need to be put out. I need to just be focused on putting it out and promoting it. And that's really what I want to focus on. But you know, so for the last couple of months, like I said, I've just been collaborating with a lot of different artists. You know, doing different features and shit like that. I ain't really been like going too crazy on my own sessions, locking in like that. I've been just shooting videos, putting together different marketing plans, fucking
going to other people's shit.
Yeah, going to other people's sessions and shit like that. Just expanding my resources, trying to put together a little plan to rush the streets. You feel me? You know, I'm trying to take this shit international, you know what I mean? But I know it's going to take more than the music that we putting out right now, too, to be able to do that. And I know it's going to take a little bit more moving around to really do that. Because, you know, a lot of people can say that and not really be trying to make no attempts. But I'm telling you and I'm telling y'all, we trying to go international with this shit. So, you know, yeah, for the most part, you know, all I can really say is, like, anybody that's watching my movie to keep watching it, you feel me? We nowhere near the end of it, you feel me?
You talking about wanting to be international. Charlie was bringing up the other day. You good on that camera? I'm gonna wait. Charlie was talking about it the other day. Charlie's like, bro, everybody just wants to be the biggest dude in their fucking hood, and nobody's fixed on the bigger picture. But what do you feel like if you did you always know that, or did you kind of have a snapping moment where you were like, I don't want to just be known in my neighborhood. I want to be known in the fucking whole entire world type shit. And why also, too, do you think so many people are fixated on that, bro? Like, people don't realize, okay, you live in a town. There's 1,000, maybe a couple thousand people in this one town. There's fucking how many billion people in the world? Why do you think so many people are fixated on just wanting to be the big guy in one hood versus the whole world?
People be scared of the world. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell you a million different stories. People be tougher with dudes around their way and never with nobody that's not from around their way. You get what I'm saying? That's what people come. That's what people do. That's how they come in. Like, at the end of the day, Like, you gotta, like, know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Because these people, these people be weird, bro. No bullshit. These people be weird. People give the energy to somebody that they know, like, on from their town or something. Like, right now in Boston, like, people are arguing with each other. Artists be arguing with each other and shit. But there's not a lot of artists trying to link up together to do shit either. So it's not like, all right, so everybody wants to beef with each other. And I'm not even talking about street beef. I'm just talking about regular music.
So most of the beef don't even be street beef. It be dumb shit like, oh, you took somebody's bitch 3 years ago and motherfuckers.
Yeah, now that turns street shit though. People, like, motherfuckers be salty over their bitches.
Like, just random ass shit though. It's like, oh, fucking, what's the big one? Oh, your name was on top of the fucking show list over mine type shit. Like, mad of the beefs, there's obviously some serious street beefs that those are valid reasons, but a lot of the beef in the scene, at least that I've heard of, it's just petty ass bullshit that, in my opinion, could be fixed with a conversation. Motherfuckers be...
A lot of it could, you know? I mean, but a lot of people don't know how to have conversation, though, so motherfuckers be scared to have conversations that they don't know how to have, you know? I don't feel like you a pussy for having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, people don't even be knowing what the fuck they're trying to do. I mean, a lot of niggas that's rapping out here got jobs and shit, and I'm not fucking saying that it's bad to have a job or none of that, but, you know, like, basically what I'm saying, like, there's scenarios like, all right, somebody would be rapping. You do, like, me, for instance, I don't do nothing but rap. I make music. I'm in studios all day, so I make my money. I have a brand. I'm trying to build my brand. You know, besides rapping, there's about 3-4 different ways that I can generate money off my brand. So, that I'm trying to build. So, if someone wants to do a song with me, right, and they mad that, you know, I can't find the time to link up with them or say they mad that I even charged them, right? You know, and it could be somebody that got a job or some shit like that. And it's like, bro, you're not even doing this shit for real. You don't even, like you said earlier, there ain't no BMI. You don't know about BMI. You don't know about nothing that we're gonna talk about licensing, and you want me to just come through rap, and you mad that I don't want to rap for you. But you also mad that I want you to pay me when there's other companies paying me, or maybe I'm in a contract with somebody that's paying me, but I gotta come through and rap for you for free just because you think that I'm a local rapper. I don't give a fuck about this local shit, nothing. This is what I do. So if this is what I'm doing and you respected it enough to reach out to me, why wouldn't you respect my price? I just don't understand that. You get what I'm saying? You know, but that be shit that could start a beef. Because somebody would be not understanding that you telling them, like, all right, bro, boom, what are you thinking? I'm just fucking trying to look cool? How the fuck do I feed my kids? How the fuck do I pay for this shit? Nigga, you want me to come rap on your song so you can put it on your tape or something like that and boost whatever you're doing. There's no problem with that. If I fuck with you, we're going to do that authentically. But if I don't know you and you just reaching out to me and you want me to be a part of your shit, you got to make it make sense for me. Because you should be trying to make it make sense for you. What if you're somebody that knows how to make 100,000 or 200,000 off of a record, and I don't got that formula, but I just come through and give you what you need from me so you can go do that? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But I guess nobody's thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the problem out here too. Nobody's thinking about trying to just take anything to the next level. Like, nobody's trying to think outside the box, do nothing. Everybody want to do what they seen somebody else do. You know?
I want you to elaborate a little, because you being a busy dude, you saying you can't get back to people, and also too just being like, bro, there's certain shit, like, this is my life. I got to charge for it. I'm in the same position. Motherfuckers just don't understand that shit. And it doesn't make sense, especially people, but I mean, you just proved the point right there saying that they're like, if they don't understand, they're not really in this shit type shit.
Yeah, because it's art. So people think that because art, it's like not business, but it's business.
It is.
Because there would be none of this without the business.
Literally.
The art's cool. You need the art, but there would be none of this without the business. The artist can be broke as shit, but the person that took their art can make millions. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's all about the business. So it's like, maybe that's our fault for dealing with people that's not about the business when we're supposed to be about the business. You get what I'm saying? Maybe that's our fault for putting yourself, or like gracing certain people with our presence. You get what I'm saying? I'd do it. Motherfuckers ask me for shit that I know that they wouldn't ask the next person for. You feel me? I know that certain people call me and ask me questions that I know that they wouldn't ask the next person. And I also know that certain people ask me questions that I know that certain people would charge to get the answers to. You know what I'm saying? But who the fuck am I, to withhold some shit that could help somebody? You feel me? I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. The game is to be sold, not told, but I'm not going to watch somebody, crash into a fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to steer you somewhere else. I don't want to see somebody just crash and burn. You feel me?
You talking about that. What's your thoughts on gatekeepers?
What you mean?
People that they know, say, the way you were talking about someone knowing how to make $100,000 off a record. Motherfuckers that know how to do it. And, I mean, it goes back to the jealousy thing, because I feel like 9 times out of 10 people just don't want to see them do better than themselves because of a jealousy sense.
So who's a gatekeeper?
I'm just, like, the person that is blocking that opportunity from you. Say it's fucking someone you know that you've been cool with for a while. They go fucking do multiple songs where they're getting 1 million streams. They're getting paid fucking thousands of dollars for shows, X, Y, and Z. And then you're like, yo, how do you do X, Y, and Z? And motherfuckers just ain't telling you the shit. That's what I mean by gatekeeping. Motherfuckers that just block the opportunities. They know the formula, and they just keep it to themselves type shit, not trying to put it out there to help anybody else.
So I feel like that's like real, cause sometimes looks can be deceiving. You know what I mean? And sometimes an artist is just an artist. You know what I mean? So like I said, the business behind the artist isn't always up to the artist sometimes. So sometimes, you could have somebody that's getting that type of situation, you know what I mean? But maybe, that's their situation. You feel me? And maybe they don't know how to tell you, like, yo, bro, this is like a situation that was tailored for me, or this is something that I had to do X, Y, and Z to even get to the conversation. You feel me? So it's like maybe sometimes that's what it is. Maybe that's not really gatekeeping. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, the game really is to be sold, not told. You feel me? I'm supposed to, like if I tell 30,000 people how to do what I'm doing, what makes what I'm doing special?
That's true.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, if I stop 30,000 people from eating, what type of man does that make me? So,
double-edged coin, double-edged ass thing, bro. You spitting facts on this, bro. I don't even know if you realize, because I'm already getting to the end. We're an hour and 10 minutes in.
Word.
I don't know if you even realize it's that long. Normally guests are like, what the fuck? Word. But last couple questions. One of them, bro. What do you feel like in your career as an artist, or it could be something as a person, but I always like the artist direction so we could keep it music business oriented. What would you say your biggest fuck up has been in the music industry? There was one thing you want to so badly press undo on, but at the same time, as you want to press undo, it's some shit that you feel like you absolutely needed to learn from type shit. Like if it didn't happen, you'd be fucked.
So I had a situation where I was like dealing with like an investor, right? Now, he didn't really know what he was doing. But like, I want to say his intentions were in the right place, but I would never know. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, right? If you're investing into somebody's brand, you're investing into that person's brand. That's what you're doing. if you're trying to buy into somebody's brand, that's like two different things. You know what I'm saying? Because now you want like not like the point of this was to meet you and boost what I'm doing, not split what I'm doing. Get what I'm trying to say? So I was dealing with an investor where he didn't really know much about the music business, but you know, because he knows about business, he tried to like intertwine the two without knowing about the music business per se. So that kind of hindered me from, like, you know, that just took a lot of time away from my shit because there was a lot of things that was going on over that time. You know what I mean? And you know, to the outside world, you know, everything that we had going on looked good. You know what I mean? But we could have did everything better. You feel me? Still to this day. You know what I'm saying? If me and that person ever linked up again, I wouldn't take nothing from him, but probably like do business with like a show or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, like I strongly approve in just investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying, and building your own following. You get what I'm saying? If you can get someone to, if someone's gonna invest in you, have them give you a budget that you can leverage yourself in your own business account. You get what I'm saying? And have some sort of agreement with them where, you know, it's about the money and not them making opinions on what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you give me $70,000, $100,000, and you know you investing, and you're like, look, I just want to see you blow. You saying that you know what to do with it, I'm gonna just give you the bread. If you give me 70, 100,000, all right, cool. And you're saying, listen, this is when I want it back, or if you can't have it back by this time, this is what I want from you until I have it back. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of situation you gotta have. You gotta have it like that. You got someone that don't know what they're doing, and they just like, yeah, we got whatever, just anything, just call me. And they're not trying to give you a concrete number, or they don't want to give you the books on how much they really spent. You feel me? Or shit like that. You don't really want to be involved in no shit like that. You don't want to look cool, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're in charge of your shit. You want to make sure your business is really being handled properly, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's money can be the reason why you don't even have a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, this person done fucking spent their money in the wrong place at the wrong time. You get what I'm saying? And it didn't put you in a situation and fucked your brand up, or you feel like, you know, they done fucking set you back with your brand, and it's your brand at the end of the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else's. So,
how do you advise for artists that are watching this to stay away from bad deals? Just in general, how do they recognize right off rip that, all right, this is some shit?
They're not. That, you know, just don't sign nothing, and you know, I recommend like damn, you can give me a napkin or something.
I don't think we got any right now. Or yeah. Do you want to run out to ad real quick, Ryan? My bad.
Yeah, my fault. We on some gangster shit.
You're good.
You but
good. Could you grab a napkin?
What was the question again?
Just how do you advise people to stay away from bad deals?
Yeah, just not to sign nothing. You feel me? I advise people just not to sign nothing. And if you are considering signing something, making sure you're having somebody that knows how and where to find it, but someone to really look in the fine print. Because there's always something besides what you see. You know what I'm saying? There's always something after, you know, something that you read. You feel me? In these contracts, you know what I mean? There's always something. You feel me? So, you know, for the most part, I just highly recommend that before signing something, making sure you're having somebody that's definitely
good looks, right?
Making sure you're having somebody that's definitely playing their role and researching and making sure you're good on the contract tip, because these contracts is tricky and dangerous at the same time.
Bro, you should hear so many stories of people getting fucked over this shit, bro.
See it all the time.
So many stories. We got last 2 or 3 questions. 3, but the last one's like tiny. Biggest piece of advice, any artist, you got a motherfucker that's watching this interview, they have no idea where the fuck to start. They might have a couple songs in the vault. They have no idea what to do whatsoever, marketing themselves, dropping a song in the first place. What would be your advice for their first leap of faith just to get involved in the music industry in the first place? What would you recommend them doing first?
TikTok and Instagram's big. I recommend trying to build like a TikTok or Instagram following before dropping your music, and making sure when you do drop your music, you're dropping it on all platforms, so all your followers are able to use it on their platforms and shit, and just interacting with your fan base. If you're starting, you know what I mean, that's what I recommend, you know what I mean? But for the most part, dropping your music and staying in your followers' faces. And like we said at the beginning of this podcast, just making sure while your music's being streamed, you're being paid. You know, you're not gonna make $1 million off every release. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you want to make sure your music's generating something. You know what I'm saying?
What would you recommend people absolutely not to do?
By knowing what they're doing before they're just doing it. Because some people just be doing shit. You know, this music shit should look real cool. But for the most part, you got to know what you're doing. You can't just go to the studio and then have somebody in the studio telling you, yo, yeah, bro, you know, I could do this, or, you know what I'm saying? You got to just know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Go get some fucking, I got them hard drives. Go get some hard drives, you know what I'm saying? Have all your studio sessions on your hard drives, you know what I'm saying? Put your extra video clips from your music videos that you pay for on your hard drive, so you have extra content to post on your social medias, or so you have extra fucking content to have to throw in your videos in the future. You feel me? Just small shit like that. I'm giving niggas game. You feel me? I don't know.
Small shit like that. Nah, the shit goes a long way, bro. People be sleeping on it. People be sleeping on it. Shit. Last question though. Fucking 2023, even though it's already almost over. Goals for the rest of the year, and also to a year from now, where do you see yourself in life? What are some things you want to accomplish? What are some things fans can expect?
Goal for the rest of this year is run it the fuck up. Goal for you said what I want people to see by next year.
Just things you want people to see, and also to just personal goals you have / where do you see yourself in a year from now? 365 days. August, what is it? August 23rd of next year. Where do you see yourself?
So it's my son's birthday.
Damn.
So
damn, you're shooting this on his son's birthday?
Yeah, he's 6
Salute
today.
to you, bro. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Salute
we threw a big party for him the other day.
Bro.
So next year my son will be 7, lucky number 7. I don't know. Yeah. Next year I'll probably be somewhere. Definitely won't be out here. You know what I mean? Cause last year I wasn't out here. What you mean by that question? Like, you know, like literally where I might be, or like
just,
where I want to be
in
with the
life,
music,
where you want to be with the music, just
yeah,
in
like,
life.
All right, so next year with the music, I really want to be way more. I want to say like more mainstream, like, you know, like on a national level. Like I want to do a couple more features with a couple different artists in different regions of the, you know, of our shit, you know, Cali, motherfucking Houston, you know what I'm saying? I be in a lot of places with a lot of people, and I don't take a lot of pictures. So, you know, I want to do way more collabs, you know what I'm saying, and show the people really what I be doing and who I know. And I just want to make a lot of the relationships that I have make sense. So in the next year, I just see myself just doing a lot more of what I'm already doing right now. And I'm probably going to definitely be in a different position than I'm in with the music. So I'm kind of interested to see where we are a year from now.
You gotta watch it. I mean, if it's your son's
birthday, come back to
you'll remember. Yeah, you gotta remember a year from now, look back and be like, damn, what did I do in this past year? Gotta look back. Good little timestamps. That's why I love doing these, bro. People could just visualize the progress watching these or listening to these, whether it's themselves, the fans, or whatever. It's like a progress timestamp.
Yeah, I will say anything that y'all do see me doing, there's gonna be nothing regular, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to do shit outside the box.
Definitely doing shit outside the box. Free all my niggas out the box. Straight up.
Shit.
RP all my niggas in the box.
There anything else you want to add on, yo?
Nah. That's really it, man. Go stream that podcast. I said podcast. go stream that Pod Scrapers featuring Loopy Pharrell, G Herbo. Also go stream that Pot of Gold, produced by my bro, Big Homie Guap. And be just in tune to the movie for real. We're gonna keep coming. We're gonna keep doing shit that niggas ain't doing. That's really it.
I appreciate you taking time to come on the show today, especially considering it's your kid's birthday, bro. I appreciate that.
Nah, word. I appreciate you too, man. You know what I'm saying?
You, bro.
We out here. You feel me?
I appreciate you. I was saying yesterday off camera, obviously, like with the situation you had yesterday, the fact that you were gonna come through still, I was like, this motherfucker is dedicated as shit to this shit. So salute to you, bro.
All my peoples know what I be doing anyway. So at the end of the day, it's like that's what I do, bro. All my people support me anyway. So
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Seriously, thank you.
You know that. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog. Tag yourself where people can find you on Instagram. Also, too, just what people should look up if they want to find your music.
First things first, if you want to go get the Debo Gang merch, go to kingbrickz.com. King Brickz, that's Brickz with a Z.com. YouTube, Debo Gang Brickz on YouTube. Search up King Brickz, you're going to find everything that I got. Subscribe right now. Got the fires, videos in the city. Instagram, _ King Brickz with a Z. Tap in with me. TikTok, Debo Gang Brickz. Snapchat, Debo Gang Brickz, man. Tap in with me, man. Pull up on me. DM me. Slide up. All that shit. Interact. Don't be weird when I go live. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you coming on once again, yo.
Appreciate you, too.
Y'all motherfuckers watching this, you guys know the fucking drill. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you smash that like button, whether you're new or old. If you watch it this far, an hour and 23 minutes in, and you didn't, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Might need some help. But, yeah. It's been episode 75. Almost forgot. Episode 75. Episode 76 next week. It's either going to be Cave or Giles.
I ain't
I'm not sure who it is.
No more, man.
Y'all know the drill. Keep tuning in.
Definitely ain't no competition.
Next week. Shout out King Brickz.
I done pissed on my hands, blicked on your mans. I done robbed niggas and I fuck with crypto and scams. Keep my brothers around me, I might have to shoot one of my friends. 1,500 for this Glock, another 200 on 10.